Aswangs, momos, wakwaks, and assorted myths in the Philippines. Aswangs, momos, wakwaks, duwendes, kapres and white ladies. Just a few of the assortment of spooky, scary things that exist in folklore in the Philippines. And you will soon hear mention of them if you are in an Australian-Filipino relationship. There's even a half-human, half-snake that exists in Robinson's Mall in Manila. The floor drops out of the women's dressing room and it eats the occupant. The Aswang is probably the most feared, as it will eat the baby out of the woman's womb while she sleeps. This is why the windows must be locked at night. Scary legends in the Philippines and elsewhere. Stories of scary monsters and boogiemen are common all over the world, and are usually there to communicate danger to small children. Fearless kids can be very scary to their parents because they are capable of running off and getting into dangerous situations, and I suspect this is why such stories came about in the first place. Big bad wolves who ate grannies, clearly stories to stop kids wandering off in the forest. Pied Pipers meant stay away from strangers, trolls under bridges, and even the Aussie Aboriginal story about the bunyip lurking in the waterhole, clearly there to stop kids from drowning. What's different in the Philippines is that whilst I suspect no normal Aboriginal auntie actually believes there is a bunyip at the waterhole, there are plenty of Filipino adults who swear by the existence of the local creepy things that go bump in the night. Everyone seems to have either seen a white lady, or heard an aswang on the roof, or rattling the windows at night, or they know someone who swears they actually saw them. Many a Filipino lady comes to Australia and she will be freaked out by trees, because there might be a kapre in the trees. These are hairy giants who smoke cigars. I'm not sure what else they do, or maybe it's a passive smoking risk. They won't pass trees without appeasing the dwende by saying tubby tubby paw. My suspicion is that these are actually Teletubbies. I've seen the drawings because nobody actually has actual photographs of any of these, which is despite the fact that probably every single person in the country these days has a phone with a camera. And there is a definite resemblance between Teletubbies and duendes. They hang around anthills, by the way. And my wife Mila knew someone who swore by the existence of the duende because the friend actually saw them. Now, she was 6 years old and had a fever at the time, but still. Now, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Bogart the Explorer. You should check him out on YouTube if you haven't. But he discovered a great way of dealing with the Aswang, which I think I should share with all for your protection. It will work like a charm, and you can watch the video. There's a link there on this actual article, which you will see on www.filipinowives.com.au. You can watch that video. Aswangs, momos, etc. and Filipino children. I have to say that this is where my sense of humour about this matter fizzles, and I don't find it very funny at all. Terrifying small kids seems to be one of the less charming social activities in the Philippines, and it really does make my blood boil. My first introduction to this years ago was when I heard a 3-year-old wake up at night screaming because Mum wasn't there in the room. Her older cousins had taken on the essential task of telling her all about the wakwak, and this was one of the reasons why the light was on all night. And we had a 9-year-old move to Australia and be horrified to discover her room had a window. Surely the Aswang could get in at night. She wanted wardrobes moved across the windows to stop them busting in at night, and I'm not sure what they do to unpregnant 9-year-olds, but obviously they would be up to no good, nasty critters that they are. This resulted in her needing to spend the next 3 months in our room at night, about 6 weeks in our bed to start with, to deal with what was a real fear. I also spent that 3 months constantly hitting her up with logic, like, where do the Aswangs buy their clothes? We'd be in Big W, I'd say, so, where are the Aswang clothes? because Aswangs have no lower halves, so obviously they need special outfits to cater for that. And why are there no photos of Aswangs? And of course, how do they get their visas to come to Australia? I said Australia don't issue visas to Aswangs or any of these sordid spooky things. Eventually she got over the fear, but it was hard work, and the fear was both real and totally unnecessary. To me, parents and family members are supposed to provide kids with love and comfort, make them feel safe. Shame on anybody who gets their entertainment by scaring little kids. And I warn everyone here at home, both staff and older children, what I feel about such practices around my kids. If you're marrying a single mum with kids, this is an issue you should try and get on top of as much as you can, because they will be genuinely scared of these things. Okay, well look, I hope you enjoyed that. You'll find more articles on the Filipino Wives site, which is there. It's not a dating site, but it's there with advice as to how you can improve your Australian-Filipino relationship. That's www.filipinowives.com.au. I appreciate if you can read some of the articles, if you can share them on social media, and you can also subscribe to this channel on YouTube, and you can also share this video too the same way. Thank you very much.